What's up, guys? Daniel Savage here, and before we start this video, I want you guys to look at this top right corner. It is 2 a.m. in the morning. It's officially now Sunday, and that means that I literally am spending my Saturday night making some fucking videos just so that way I can make you guys very wealthy one day. So if that doesn't fucking tell you anything, it should tell you something. Remember, guys, I care about you guys. I don't know who you guys are. I don't know what story you guys got, but just know that I do this for you guys. You know, I made fucking what, $7,000 this week, and I barely traded. I made like $7,000 this week, and instead of spending my Saturday night living like a king, partying like a king, I'm over here on the charts for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. You know? I'm over here doing this for you guys. Just want to let y'all know that. So one thing about GBPJPY is, take some fucking notes. Stop being lazy. Is that this pair, it's a lot different from GU. A lot different. You will not catch those clean, confluences. Like going in on this pair, like you got to be very risky, and it could reverse on you. About maybe 75% of my scalps are on GU and 25% are on GBPJPY, because it's really rare we have like those super multiple confluences. Like it's pretty rare, like, with the Fibonacci's inside, with this and this, that, and it's just like, sometimes you won't have that super clean entry. But one thing about GBPJPY is this thing moves, and when it respects you and it hits those, those moves for you, like you can catch some pretty big setups. So anyways, guys, I'm going to show you why this pair is very risky, and I don't recommend you scalp this unless you have a super clean, entry with confluence, like with Fibonacci on the 15-minute, with our QP as our entry. I don't recommend you do it unless you have at least those two confluences, or we're bouncing off like a support and resistance zone. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's just get into this video. Alright, so look at this. This is just disgusting consolidation. I'm not worried about that. Let's start from here. Like that super clean entry that we had. Boom. Fibonacci short. Let's highlight our zone. Right here. And guess what? We had our QP in confluence with our entry. So we could have assumed that when we were up here, we could have sold, and we were going to have some respect with this QP. So look at that. Boom. Take profit 3 hit from our entry for about 45 pips. So look at this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. You won't always get those super clean entries like you will on GBPUSD. Like they'll look kind of ugly. Like this right here, it looked pretty nice. You know what I mean? We got our entry right here. It's a little push. A little entry right there. We could have sold. And look at that. We could have sold. Boom. Take profit 3 hit. Back to backs. Now let's look over here. So this is when that discipline needs to kick in, guys, because this will happen a lot with this pair. So as you guys can see right here, we did have a push to the upside, and we have this rejection right here. So we could have gotten down on this one right here, because on this candle right here, this candle would have shown you, okay, we almost touched it, but our momentum was kind of dying, so it looks like we're going to go a little bit down, maybe have a retracement to this one, wick back up and keep going. But, you know, when we monitor these, we're on this shit like white on rice, remember? So when we got to this QP, you could have noticed that it probably, you know, tried its hardest to break. So you could have sold here and took profit here at the buy zone. So that was a clean little entry. It's ugly as fuck, but that worked out nice. There was nothing clean about that, actually, if you think about it, but it did work out. We didn't hit the other QP, but we wrote it down for, what, like 24 pips? 23.5 pips. So look at this. Over here, we didn't touch it. Evening star came back up, like forming support and resistance. Broke up, retest. Could have gotten here, QP to QP. Yeah, right here. We quite didn't make it. At this point, once we're super close, at least after like 10, 12 pips, you guys gotta at least do something, man. Like, you guys gotta close either and take profit or stop loss. Like, you guys gotta do something. You guys gotta monitor this shit. You know what I mean? You gotta be very, you can't just, I'll be at 20 pips and then just leave it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's when that discipline kicks in, because like, it's just like, okay, I'm up at least 15, 20 pips. Let me put my stop to break even. You know, and boom, look at that. We would have been saved if we did that discipline. And this thing came back down. And look at this, just wicked right back up into this one. So we did catch a big move on this one. So one thing about GBPJPY is sometimes you won't have 2 to 3 confirmations. You just got to go in with the price action. You got to see how everything is looking. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, it's kind of risky. It's very risky. I feel like this strategy on GBPJPY, it's like 70 out of 100%. So you guys gotta be very careful. Like, over here, we did have like 2 to 3 confirmations, but it's just like we wicked up here. Like, if you would have played this smart, this would have been pretty nice. Went up here, rejection, 25 pips down, came back up. After we rejected this zone, came back here. Could have bought here to here, and then sold again to here. So we could have caught 75 pips back to back. One pair, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Like, we could have done that. You guys will be able to do that. I've done that. I love it when I do that. It's really clean. And you guys know what this is. Like, I like doing that. Like, I've done that like probably like 13 times. And yo, it's really fun. It's really fun. Like, you guys, I don't recommend you do it until you get like some confidence and you guys start catching these setups and you guys have at least a 90% consistency, which you guys will have, because that's what I have, and I'm exactly briefly explaining to you guys how I trade this. So if I'm trading to you guys how I trade it, you guys have no fucking excuse to be losing. You'll have only 2 reasons why you'll be losing. No risk, no proper risk management, and or you're not taking fucking notes. There's no other reason why. So look at this. Boom. Hang that down. Perfect. Take profit hit. Again, back to back. Boom. Could have gone here again. Boom. That's 75 fucking pips. Right there. Right here. We could have waited for a break and a retest. Look at that. Came back down. In this situation, we do have like a little Fibonacci short within our sell zone. So we could have used this QP to our advantage. And look at that. Boom. Sold here. Write it down to the other QP. For about 30 plus pips. Clean as fuck. About 42, but since we are kind of close to this other QP at this entry, we could have also risked it here. And on the 1 hour, this was a long. So remember, you guys always want to be looking at multiple time frames, always. So after this, what do we have? We had a second confirmation here. Could have bought here to this QP. We did penetrate it. We did penetrate this thing. Go back for a retest. Price action would have showed us like, okay, it doesn't look like we're gonna go back down. Could have rolled it back up. Boom. Remember, we're in a Fibonacci long right now. So we could have kept going up and up and up. And look up here. Fuck, dude. Like, the minute that you guys master this, I get so scared sometimes because it's just like, bro, there's like 1,000+ pips here that we could be fucking catching. You know what I mean? With this, scalp, aggressive scalp method. Like this is ridiculous. Like, this is insane, guys. Like, you have no idea. I cannot even fathom what the hell I'm even teaching you right now. Like, I scare myself, like, sometimes, So let's go over here. More examples. Remember, price action is very scary sometimes on here. Boom. Big fat rejection. Closed under. Could have sold right here. QP to QP. Boom. Take profit hit. Amazing. So look over here. We did penetrate again under the QP for a take profit to show some rejections. Reversed up. Went back down. More rejections to the downsides. We're getting fat rejections to the downsides. We have this huge bullish candle. And then guess what? What do we have here? We have a retest with mad rejections in our favor. Could have sold. Could have bought right here. I'm sorry. Boom. Take profit hit. Dude, we've already taken about 15 setups. Mad setups within that setup. Like, we've taken mad setups already. Let me know how many fucking losses have we fucking calculated. We haven't calculated shit. No losses whatsoever. None whatsoever. So let's keep going. So over here, we did have some market structure being broken to the downside, and we're looking at higher time frames. So we wouldn't be gotten into this, because remember, this was our sell. The supply and demand zone right here for our take profit. So we're on a supply and demand zone right over here, guys. Remember, we're always looking at the bigger picture. I'm not gonna do all that because that's gonna take me like 3 minutes, almost 5 minutes, and it's kind of late to do all this and mess up all that just to put the supply and demand zone here. Remember, guys, this is a supply and demand zone. So what do? How do we trade them? If we don't break them, we treat them like support and resistance. Boom, fatty rejection. Could have gone in on this one. Let's delete this really quick. Sorry. Supply and demand zone. Look at that, fatty rejection. Came back up here. Boom, 50 pips. This QP to this QP, because we have Fibonacci short. Could have scalped it. Could have scalped from here. Once we had another little, candle, did basically the price action right here is basically saying, hey, look, we're gonna try to go to this retracement in this zone, so we can ride from here, this QP, to this QP where our zone is. So that's 50 points off the back. I would have taken it. So you guys would have taken it. So look at this. Like I said, guys, clean entry, boom, QP, respected beautifully. We got more. Wrote this down to take profit for almost 100 pips. Like, guys, this is not rocket science. I will show you some more examples right now. It's a lot of money. Jesus. Actually, there was something I wanted to show you in the 1 hour. So look at this. When we did have our short here, guess what? Let's clean this up. Actually, you're probably like, where the fuck is the zone at? So let's make it red on this one so you guys can see. Our zone is right here. So since we do use a 50 pip stop and we have about 3 QPs within this entry, what are we thinking? Like, oh, okay, we have 50 pip stop, but this price action looks like we don't want to respect the fib. You know, we got multiple, you know, rejections to this downside. So if you guys had balls, you guys could have bought right here after all these rejections and rode this one up to this QP for 50 pips. And then after this rejection, come back down, wait for this retest, write it back down to here for another 25 pips, wait for these 2 confirmations, that's 3 confirmations, write it back down, write it back up to this zone to sell it. Like, yo, I'm telling you guys, like, this is scary. This scares me how much money you can make. Like, bro, like I told you, I was gonna change y'all lives. How many pips do we have there, bro? Somebody send me a picture. Calculate everything in this fucking video, yo. If you calculate it, everything, all those pips I just counted right now, I'm gonna calculate in the video. And if I can calculate it, and you guys can tell me the exact number I calculated, I will cash app you $500. I'm telling you, calculate all this shit. Calculate all that fucking possible pips we could have caught within what, a week? Look at that, a week. Jesus. Calculate all those fucking pips and send me a message on Instagram. Be like, yo, GBPJPY scalp video, we calculated this amount of pips. I'm gonna look into my phone where I calculated all and be like, yo, dude, you got it right. Give me your cash app. Do that shit for me, bro. Anyways, guys, I'm done with this video. You guys can always go in. You guys can go and back test this. You know, as you guys can see, this shit is forever. And before I end this video, I just want to say you're welcome because I'm about to change your fucking lives. With this strategy, you guys can be able to double, triple, quadruple, quintuple accounts. I don't even know if quintuple is the word, but you guys will be able to literally, I don't even know how to say it, but like, I don't know how to say it. Like, what do I say? Like, yo, you guys can make some fucking money. Like how I said, you guys will be able to quit your fucking McDonald's job and be full-time traders. You know what I mean? Like let's say some of you guys make, you know, $1,500 a month, right? Actually, I'm gonna make a video about this one. I'll see you guys in the next one.